Are you scared to do no contact because you're afraid your ex will forget about you? Hi, this is Ashley from ashleykay.com, where I reveal the raw naked truth on relationship success. So I wanted to do a video today on, will your ex forget you if you do no contact? When people ask this question, what they're really looking for is reassurance. Okay, they want to have certainty that the future will turn out okay, or certainty that, if they have hope for the future, they're not wasting their time. So reassurance is really important when you feel like your world is collapsing and everything is turning to crap. You want a bit of reassurance from your ex that everything will be okay, or from someone that everything will be okay. When you're scared or fearful of losing something, your brain plays tricks on you. It's kind of like when you walk into a dark room and there's a lot of shadows in the room, it's very easy for us to imagine, what could be in the shadows, like monsters in the shadows, or the boogeyman, or like murderers and witches and that kind of stuff, right? Our brain just naturally goes there a lot of the time. You're fearful of your ex moving on, so you don't want to do no contact, mainly due to the fear of the images of your ex moving on, being super happy with someone else, having the time of their life, not thinking about you at all, and just easily gliding through life as if you never existed. And that is our biggest fear. And because we're in so much pain and we're constantly missing our ex, and that's all we can think about, who we can think about, the idea that they're not thinking about us at all, they don't care about us at all, and they're just happily moving on, that is a bit too much. That can be very damaging to our self-esteem. But ironically, a lot of people like to think this way because, like I said, we have a perversion to wanting to keep ourselves in suffering. Human beings can be kind of weird in that way. We like to feel, sometimes we induce pain on ourselves on purpose, because it can, in some sick way, be soothing to feel pain and to then heal. And it's kind of weird like that. And I just wanted to reassure you that a lot of it is just your brain playing tricks on you. Okay, your ex is dealing with the breakup in their way, but rest assured, they will not forget about you. They can't forget about you, even if they wanted to. And that's because when we have relationships, there are a lot of new neurological pathways in the brain that are formed when we have strong emotional memories around a certain person or a certain thing. A lot of our memories to whether to avoid something or to go towards something comes from these very heightened moments in our life. So heightened moments being when we fall in love and when we have a relationship that's very intense. It's very hard to forget those moments because they're there for a reason. We need to remember our good moments, our good relationships, as well as our bad moments and our bad relationships, because it gives us context and information to move forward in the future. What to avoid in the future or what to move towards in the future, because hey, I know this feels good, this doesn't feel good, I'm going towards the thing that feels good. We need that learning to take place. So your ex isn't going to forget you because you're burnt into their brain, basically. Anytime they listen to a certain type of music where, it's strongly associated with you, maybe it's your song, they're going to think of you. Anytime they're watching a movie where maybe the first time they saw that movie, it was with you and it was a happy moment with you, they're going to think of you. Okay, it's very hard for us not to bring up these images, because it's like, certain emotions we remember these certain emotions, and they bring up the visuals and the sound and everything very quickly that is also linked with that emotion. So they're not going to forget you. They couldn't forget you even if they wanted to, because it's there for a reason. The memories are there for a reason, to protect us, to help us learn in the future. Another thing I think people worry about is, if I don't show I care to my ex, if I'm not in constant contact to show I care, then they're going to think I don't care and move on. I think the fear of this one comes from the law of reciprocity. So the law of reciprocity says that when we do something to someone, we kind of expect the same treatment back. It's like that quote, treat others how you would like to be treated. And the reason for that is we kind of feel life should be fair, in that if I do XYZ for you, then in the future I expect XYZ back from you. And a lot of times this works, because most people are good people, not everybody, but most people are good. And if you do something for someone, you do a favor for somebody, they will feel like they owe you a favor. So a lot of times that does work. But in this situation, it doesn't. And I think when we kind of try to pull every trick we can to pull our ex close to us, because they're like our lifeline to our happiness. We're pulling every trick in the book, and this is one where we think, okay, if I just show them I care about them enough, if I say I love them enough, then eventually they're going to give that back to me. Unfortunately, it doesn't work in this case. And like I said, although the law of reciprocity works a lot of the time, it doesn't work every single time. And this is one that doesn't work, because if it did, then your ex would be coming back. Okay, they would not be distancing themselves after you've tried to get them back. What people are really scared about is, I just don't want my ex to move on and feel like we're strangers, because a lot of exes do end up being strangers. A lot of our exes we don't want to talk to, we don't care if we never speak to them ever again. So that's what you're really fearful of, is whether they would just treat you like a stranger from here on out, and you will never hear from them again, because that pretty much means that they're now dead to you. It's pretty much the same. My answer to will my ex move on and treat me like a stranger in the future is, it really depends. It really depends, because people can change their minds, and people often do change their minds. Okay, your ex may be swearing up and down until they're blue in the face that they don't want to be with you, they hate your guts, it's over for good, and never ever want to see your face again, and all that kind of stuff. But that doesn't really mean a lot, because we all know someone who said one thing and then did something else in the future, or we sometimes ourselves have said something and then we've changed our mind on it later on. So it does happen. It probably happens a lot more than people think. My main gripe is with the question. The question, will my ex forget about me if I go no contact? The question actually sets you up to fail. Why does it do that? Because you're essentially saying, I know for sure I'm going to be the one missing my ex, and they're probably not going to be missing me. So I know I'm probably going to be thinking about them, chasing after them, and caring more about this than they care, because right now it seems like they don't care. So that's why this question, I have a problem with this question, because it really is setting up for you to stay in misery, missing your ex, thinking about your ex, when who knows what they're really doing. What you should be focusing on, and what I prefer, is if you changed the question. Okay, change the question just a little bit. Okay, a better question, a more empowering question is, okay, my current situation sucks, I'm going through a breakup I don't want to go through, but how can I make the most of it? How can I heal myself right now? How can I regain my confidence? They are better questions. That's what you should be focused on. And also, how can I make this a win-win scenario for me, whether my ex comes back or not? Those are better questions to ask, because it really isn't about the ex coming back. If you put too much on one particular person, you can't control that person. At the end of the day, they have their own mind. They can do whatever they want. And do you really want to waste time trying to convince them to give you that one thing that you want, it's like you're handing them too much power then. If you would like to get your ex back and you would like a step-by-step plan on how to re-attract your ex back, check out my program, the Ex Recovery System. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll be back with another video soon. Bye.